Hello. I'm gonna ask chatgpt difficult questions, and I'm gonna see if they can answer their own questions that they find difficult, and see if I can do anything with it. Let's open a Google document. I'm gonna make a presentation. Because start with yeah, of course I've fucking used a presentation. Questions here, and yeah, well, this one won't work. Running a successful startup. No, that's manage a large team. Oh, here it is. Compose a symphony. Okay, great. Okay, why not? Painting a hyper-realistic portrait from memory. Well, that's gonna be a little bit too easy. Wait, what? Let's see what visits now. Why not? Okay, why not? That's fun. Right then. Oh my fucking gosh. Ooh, okay, I might use another AI for that. Okay, why not? Yeah, I think I collected all the questions. First question.
Composing a symphony is a complex and exciting process that involves many elements of musical theory, creativity, and orchestration. A symphony typically consists of multiple movements, often 4, each with a distinct character, tempo, and form. Do you want it to be dramatic, peaceful, joyful, or somber?
First movement, often in sonata form, ebbia coda, with a fast tempo, sometimes referred to as allegro. Second movement, andante or adagio. Third movement, often a minuet or scherzo, light and lively. Fourth movement, a final, fast movement, allegro or presto, that provides a sense of conclusion or triumph. Classical symphonies often have sections where the theme is developed, repeated, or transformed in different ways. Balance between sections is crucial. You want to ensure the harmony and counterpoint between different instruments. Counterpoint, the art of combining different musical lines, can add depth and complexity to the symphony. Rhythm and meter. The rhythmic structure helps define the character of each movement. You might need to revise sections or adjust for balance and clarity. The themes are taken through different keys and textures, with variations and counterpoint. Coda, a conclusion that ties everything together, sometimes with a burst of energy. If you want to dive deeper into any specific part of composing a symphony, such as developing a theme, orchestrating a section, or handling harmony, feel free to ask.
Okay, I guess I should have expected not really getting audio from this, but I don't know. Okay, next question. Let's see.
Writing a best-selling novel is an exciting and ambitious goal. While there's no guaranteed formula for success, there are a few key elements that can increase your chances of creating a compelling and widely read story. Here's a guide to help you get started. 1. Find your unique story idea. Originality. Think about what excites you, what's never been told, or what unique twist you can add to a familiar genre. Best-selling novels often stand out for their fresh perspective or unexpected angles. Relatable theme. Consider what themes resonate universally: love, loss, identity, revenge, hope. A theme that touches on deep human emotions tends to connect with readers on a broader level. Find your writing routine. Whether it's early mornings, late nights, or weekend sprints, find a rhythm that works for you. Stay true to your voice. While trends can be helpful, don't compromise your unique voice just to fit into what's popular. Ultimately, the most important part of writing a best-selling novel is to write something you're passionate about. Readers can tell when a story is authentic, and that's often what resonates most. Best of luck, and enjoy the journey of writing.
Okay,
Let me know how I can assist. 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 Let me know how I...
Wait, I really want to see if I can get a text out of this. Yeah, this is not what I looked for. Okay, here's the next part. You can see if what they will answer. Ooh, okay, yeah, it worked.
I think the plot was fantastic, and if possible, I would like you to write the text, because I know the possibilities of what you have written are enduring.
The text you see is not the final text and has disappeared for reasons that will become apparent in a few seconds.
It works.
If you manage to see what is written on the text, you are free to use it if you wish.
No!
Sorry, it hurts like the material you've given me violated the guidelines.
Chapter 1. The first drop of blood. The city smelled like decay. The damp, humid air clung to Alistair Finch's skin, soaking into his dark trench coat as he walked through the rain-soaked streets. Each step echoed in the silence, a hollow rhythm that matched the emptiness inside him. The neon lights flickered above, casting sickly hues over the crumbling buildings. But it was the smell that haunted him the most. Rot. Death. Something always stank here, but tonight it felt different. He took a deep drag from the cigarette between his fingers, the smoke swirling in the damp air before it was swallowed by the night. The world was quieter than usual, and Finch couldn't shake the feeling that something was coming, something darker than the usual undercurrent of crime that ran through the city's veins. A sharp ring of his phone shattered the stillness, pulling him out of his thoughts. He cursed under his breath and pulled it from his pocket. The screen flashed with the name of the precinct, Franklin Graves. "What is it, Graves?" Finch asked, his voice hoarse from too many sleepless nights. "There's been another one," the police chief's voice crackled through the phone. "You need to see this for yourself." Finch's stomach twisted. He'd been expecting this call. He'd been waiting for it. The murders had started weeks ago, the bodies piling up, each one more disturbing than the last, as if the killer was playing a game, a dark, twisted game that Finch had been dragged into whether he wanted it or not. "I'm on my way," he said, and hung up before Graves could say another word. The rain picked up as Finch hurried to his car, his boots slapping against the wet pavement. His mind was already racing, sifting through the details. The first victim had been a high-profile city councilman, his death suspicious and marked with strange circumstances. The second had been a gang leader, his body found in an eerie display. And now there was a third. The city had no shortage of enemies, and it was no surprise that someone might want to clean house. But these deaths weren't random. There was something deliberate about them, something personal. Scene. The crime scene. Finch stood under the flickering lights of the crime scene, his breath visible in the cold night air as he surveyed the chaos around him. Police tape cordoned off the alleyway, but it wasn't the scene of the death that stopped him dead in his tracks. It was the body. A man, dressed in a formal suit, lay sprawled on the cracked concrete. His eyes were wide open, staring as though he had witnessed something terrible. His hands were bound behind his back, and his feet were shackled to the ground. But it wasn't just the restraints that disturbed Finch. The body had been carefully arranged. The victim's arms were stretched out as though he were being offered to something unseen. "This is no ordinary killer," Finch murmured, taking a step closer. "Alistair," a voice broke through his thoughts. He turned to see Vera Crow, the investigative reporter who had been digging into the case for weeks. She stood at the edge of the scene, her gaze fixed on the body, but there was no surprise in her eyes. She was no stranger to the city's dark secrets. "Did you find anything about the victim?" Finch asked, though he wasn't sure why. The man was dead, and there wouldn't be much more to uncover here. Vera took a moment before answering, her voice quiet. "His name was Richard Vance, a businessman with a lot of power in this city. He's been involved in some shady deals, but nothing that would warrant this." Finch glanced down at the body again. "This isn't about Vance alone. Whoever's doing this is sending a message." Vera nodded slowly, her expression unreadable. But to who? And why? Finch didn't have an answer for that. Instead, he stood there, letting the silence settle around them. The storm was coming, and with it, a puzzle that would cost him more than just his time. He could feel it in his bones. This wasn't going to be a simple case, and with every step he took toward the truth, he would be forced to confront the darkness that had been hiding just out of sight for too long. The mystery deepens. As Finch was about to turn away, his phone rang again. It was Graves, and the chief's voice was tight with urgency. "Finch, this isn't just about one man anymore. We're starting to connect patterns. I want you to keep your head down and stay focused. The killer's not done yet." Finch didn't respond immediately. His mind was already swirling, piecing together the unsettling clues. A twisted game, indeed, and the city's past might be the key to unraveling the killer's motivations. End of Chapter 1.
Making a documentary. Ooh, that's always interesting, because I've watched a decent amount of documentaries, and I don't see the possibilities of it being underwhelming, but let's see. I'm gonna be straight to the point and just ask the AI to just write it for me. Okay, I fixed the theme. What they will answer.
The fall of the Roman Empire. For centuries, Rome ruled the known world. But no empire lasts forever. This is the story of how Rome fell, a tale of power, corruption, and collapse. From a small city to an empire spanning 3 continents, Rome's military and governance were unmatched. But expansion came at a cost. Political corruption, heavy taxation, and a growing divide between rich and poor weakened the empire from within. The Roman economy relied on slaves, and when expansion slowed, so did its wealth. As Rome weakened, external threats grew stronger. In 410 AD, the Visigoths, led by Alaric, sacked Rome. Decades later, the Vandals followed, and the empire crumbled. By 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire was no more. The last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was overthrown. The medieval era had begun. Rome's fall was not just the end of an empire, it was a warning. No civilization is invincible. Will we learn from history, or repeat it?